to any of those other guys who were actually there. So here is here's the premise, right? Sound balance, it looks a little loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Ostranauts, first of all, extremely early access game. This is version 0.14. We are not playing a game that has released. We are not playing a game that is going to release anytime soon. This is a glorified tech demo at this point, but it is an interesting glorified tech demo, and I've been playing a bunch of it in my free time, and I think it's kind of streamable. So we're going to give it a shot. The idea is this: you are a ship salvager who is working in the asteroid belt of the solar system in a station around the asteroid Ganymede, not the Jupiter moon Ganymede. You are going to receive a ship on loan. You're going to have to pay a mortgage for it. And you're going to sail around in space and you're going to find other ships that have been left abandoned out in the world to strip down for parts to then sell to make money. You can have a crew, you have to sleep, you have needs, you have like social functions, you have all this other stuff, and all of those features are in various states of completion. Some of them are like a little thin mechanics wise, some of them are a little thick, but it's a good time, and it's interesting to wander through ships and find a bunch of broken shit and then fix it for money. So we're going to randomize 5 times. I can't do that. I'm going to randomize another 5 times. That's good enough. I'll take it. And then we're going to randomize 5 times, and this is who I am. Then you get to pick your bio. You start at 18. You have a net worth. You have parents. Eventually you can meet them. Like, my dad lives on Titan. My mom lives on Ceres. I can go out and find them if I want. We're probably not going to get to that this stream. But the idea is that, like, I'm a young, feeble guy who has been raised on an asteroid and have a bunch of, like, chronic problems. My vision isn't great. I'm weak because I live in zero gravity. My blood, like, I don't have a ton of blood. I'm not like a great guy. And what we can do is we can spend our years on fixing some of the stuff that we have problems with. So if I work on traits, I can spend 1 year becoming like less fragile. I can spend 1 year getting treatment for my micro G hypovolemia. I can spend 2 years working out a bunch. For the purposes of just going and like actually doing something, I think I'm gonna fix my hearing. Blocked by sharp hearing. Okay, I can't fix my hearing. I'll fix my I'll fix my micro G hypovolemia. And then I can also work on skills. So that cost us 1 year. We're 19 now. I'm also going to unlock hacking. That's going to make us 21. If I wanted to, I could save a little money. If I wanted to, I could seek adventure. But instead, I kind of just want to get into a boat. So we're going to seek a ship. It randomly generates us a ship, and then it says, hey, do you want this one, or do you want to try again in another year? I don't actually know this ship. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll take it. I mean, I see nitrogen tanks for propulsion. I think that's an oxygen tank, so it at least has an atmosphere. It's good enough. I'll take it. That works for me. And then we'll go. So everything is top down. It's like 90% controlled with mouse. Left click, move around. Right click interacts with things. I can turn on the light in my room. I can pick up my clothes off the ground. So we'll stick our coveralls on. We'll wear our shoes. We'll see what we have access to in our little corner of space here. We have a bin on the wall. It's got a t-shirt in it. I don't really need that. We've got our toolbox over here. We definitely want that. We'll carry that around with us. We have a soldering iron, a hacksaw, and a screwdriver in it. We have a fridge. We have a drinking pouch of water in it. That seems like it might be useful. We got a rack. The rack has our pressure suit, and then it also has a tote bag. So we're going to put the tote bag on, and then we can keep all this stuff in our little bag. I think that's pretty much all I need. What's in the rest of these bins? What do you got? Hygiene packs and a t-shirt. I can leave that in my house. I don't need hygiene packs on me. That bin's empty. That's just a t-shirt. I don't need that. And I checked that one already. So that's pretty much everything. And this is all we really need to actually, like, get going. So we're on the station called K-Leg in Ganymede. It's a bunch of people just hanging out. Our ship is over here, towards the airlock. Now, we are currently an unlicensed illegal immigrant to this station, basically. And we have a couple things that we could do. We could either go to this gig nexus, which lets us take a couple like courier jobs around the station to get some initial money. Also, I gotta find a better place for my camera, because I'm covering up all my needs right now and my face. Let's go up here. How's that work? That seems fine. So I could gig nexus. I could take like a couple courier jobs. Like this one cost me $657 to take, and then depending on how fast I finish, it pays $8 to $2,300. Instead, I'm just going to go salvage a couple of ships illegally and try and run from the police, because I think that's more interesting. So this, attached to the airlock, is our ship. And it's kind of beat to hell. So we've got a cooler that manages our temperatures in here. We've got a heater that also manages our temperatures in here. This thing is an O2 pump, so it's going to pump oxygen out of this can into my living capsule here. These things are thruster intakes. They use nitrogen to make our ship move. We have a small battery here that holds power for running things. We have a switch that we can use to control it. We have a transponder, which is how we know that this ship is like legal and registered to someone. And then we have a nav station, which is absolutely beat to hell. But we're gonna have to make do. So, if you haven't played a gritty spaceflight game before, everything is relational velocity. This is the station we're at now. This is the orbit of the asteroid that we're at. Each of these little stars out here is a wreck, and we don't know anything about them until we actually go and visit them. And you can see some of them are really far out. And if you keep scrolling, there's other stuff you can visit. There's a bunch of nav stations around OKLG. If we keep scrolling out, you can start to see some other planets. About here. So this is Mercury. This is Venus. This is old Earth. This is Mars orbit. There's a bunch of other like larger asteroids that have stations you can dock at. They're in various states of completion because, again, the game is pretty early access, but you can go to them if you want, and there might be content there now, but there will definitely be things to do there eventually when the game gets further in development. For now, though, we're just going to go find a ship. We'll just go head over here. Before we do anything, we're going to need to request to undock with OKLG. So we'll request clearance, we'll request undocking clearance. We will undo the clamps holding us from the station, and then we're going to back off from the station. We also have our thrusters set completely to full. So if I just crank this thing backwards, you can see that I start to have a really unpleasant time. Like I'm super heavy, and if I do it for too long, I'll start to black out. We don't want that to happen, so we're going to turn our throttle down a little bit. We're going to kill our negative velocity because we want to be going forward. So we're going to wait until this gets to 0. Then we're going to move a bit to the right so that we can actually clear the station. We can turn our thruster up a little bit. We can handle something like that, probably. Get clear of that so we can go forward. And then we'll kill our lateral velocity. So this is like our left-right relative velocity, and now we have that sort of matched against the thing that we're going to, but really I just want to clear the station first, and then we can do a bit more navigation. So I think we said we were headed to this thing. Sure, I'll head to that thing. So we have to do a couple things. We'll get up to speed. I'll get my V relative up to like 400, and then it gives me a time estimate for when I'm actually going to get there. Get that up to 4. We need to adjust our lateral velocity to match the object we're trying to go to. And then we also need to slightly adjust our bearing, which is our rotation. So we need to rotate just a little bit, something like that. And then we'll be there in 3 minutes. So this clock down at the bottom is real time. I need to get back to this nav station at 14:02. In the meantime, I can find some stuff around the ship to repair. Like this nav station is in horrible shape. So I'm going to sit here for about 2 minutes and I'm going to repair my nav station a little bit. I'm going to fast forward time because I don't need to be doing this in real time. And then it's 14:02. We'll cancel that action. We got a little bit of repairing done. It's going to be a longer term project because this whole ship is kind of fricked. And then we have ETA in 1 minute. So like I could go work on it for another 30 seconds, but I'd really rather just like not crash my ship into this abandoned derelict in the middle of space and die. That would not be a very interesting playthrough, in my opinion. We've got a ton of other stuff that we can toggle, like we could change what we're tracking, we can change ship labels, we can change focuses, we can change our throttle. Our controls are here if we want to do them manually. 40 seconds, I'll dial down to like 300. People told you a lot of K&T drama with the Hate Alliance when you first came back to Guild Wars 2. What's happening? So Hate and K&T were both part of a larger alliance called Cornerstone, which was also the unofficial like Fort Aspenwood Community Guild. It was the alliance that everybody on Fort Aspenwood started in the first beta because we all liked each other and we all wanted to play with each other. Bully and Ruthless had some differences with one another that I'm not totally privy to because I am not a leader in that alliance. I'm going to take this down to 50 and then I'm going to dock and then I'll get back to that story. I don't need that alarm. We're going to hail this ship. It's a derelict, so there's going to be no response. We're just going to send docking request and then we're going to set up a dock. And this is little docking minigame. So we need to line up with this other ship. We've got ETA in 70 seconds. I could speed up a little bit, but instead I could also tell the story. Ruthless and Bullyfoot have some disagreements about guild management styles. And those disagreements ended with Hate getting removed from the Cornerstone Alliance. Fine. Drama happens. A month goes by, and a guild leader that Bully had previously invited to Cornerstone, whose name was, I think, Decima or something like that, invited Bully back, gave him guild leader perms again, and then Bully kicked everybody from Cornerstone. Not just K&T, but everybody who was in the Alliance. Didn't matter what guild they were in, or even if they were in a guild and were just like a roamer on FA. Remove them from the Alliance with about 5 minutes to go until Team Lockout. So we didn't notice until Team Lockout had actually passed. And then he sent a bunch of DMs to Ruthless and then shared them with Nova, and Nova shared them on stream because he is like pivoting into being a React streamer these days or something. And that was basically it. We had to petition support to get a bunch of people back into the guild. It was super awkward because I have this visible role as like a ANET partner, and I didn't want it to look like favoritism or anything like that. So I was like, I really want my friends to play together, but like, I don't have any influence here, and I shouldn't have any influence here because it would look unfair. And that's basically that. Like, Bully did his stuff, we did our stuff, and that's how the story goes. I personally think that, like, it's fine to have disagreements with other guild leaders, but he probably should have, like, just kicked everyone in K&T and not dragged a bunch of people from the Alliance into it. But I'm not going to tell him, like, what to do. He's an adult. He can figure that shit out. So what is this ship? It looks fairly long. I see an enormous amount of O2 cans. A lot of them are full. That's great. This is a big money ship. How are these pumps looking? Pumps are also pretty good. That's a quick seal kit, an airlock. What else is in here? Let's take a quick survey. We have walls. We have a dismantled pump. A bunch of stuff floating out in space. It really looks like it's just going to be these O2 cans, but these O2 cans by themselves are going to be really good money. Now, we are currently doing this illegally, so we should do this as fast as possible. Missing welding tool? Wait, what? Did I not bring a welding? Oh no, I might not have a welding tool. Let's grab this pump because it's just sitting out in the open. Why did K&T kick hate? I don't have all of the answers to that question because I deliberately try to remove myself from a lot of leadership responsibilities in K&T and in Cornerstone. Because I have like a ton of conflicts of interest with other stuff. I'm in the partner program. I'm one of the admins in the NA Alliance's Discord. I am arguably too involved in communities already. So I've talked to Ruthless and I've been like, hey, I like really don't want to have to deal with leadership stuff in K&T, if at all possible. And he's been like, yeah, that's fine. So there's a bunch of stuff about the issues with hate that I'm just not privy to because I excuse myself from that kind of stuff. But my understanding of it, from what I've heard, is that Bully basically takes November and December off because he works retail. He's like a manager for a big box store or something like that, and so the Black Friday season is super busy for him. And he usually has somebody else from Hate tag up for him while he's gone. The person who tags up for Hate for him while he was gone, for some reason, decided that he was going to move his alt into another alliance, which is fine. But because Cornerstone's member cap was like 490 in November, like we were very, very close to the 500-man member cap, we removed those alts from the alliance because they weren't on our team. They weren't playing with us. And Bully and his players got mad that we had removed those accounts without consulting anybody else when they, I guess technically, historically have like removed accounts that aren't on our team for anybody in any guild, no matter what. And that's all that I know. I think that Bully and Ruthless tried to hash some stuff out in DMs. I assume that probably didn't go very well. And that they had a breakdown of negotiations, and then there was a conversation that was held with other guild leaders in Cornerstone, and they were like, yeah, we think that this isn't really worth the hassle. People are mad. Here's a couple options. What's the option that you guys think is best? And then it just got put to a vote. That's my understanding. And there's obviously a ton of details missing in that process that I just don't have access to. So while we work on uninstalling this pump, which we can do, we currently have a pressure suit. We don't actually have like an EVA suit. So we can't spend a ton of time away from our own ship. When too much CO2 builds up in this pressure suit, we have to go back to our ship and we just have to pop our helmet off and then put it back on because it cycles the atmosphere that exists inside of our suit. Later on, when we make a bit more money, we can buy a fancier suit that will allow us to just stay out here, not permanently, but for a very, very long time. And that gets a little easier, but we don't have access to that right now. The other thing we don't have access to is a welding torch, so we can't actually uninstall any of those O2 cans, which sucks because they're probably worth about $4,000 a pop. But that's the breaks. Instead, we're going to take these two pumps that are going to be worth not quite that much, and we're going to see if we can spin that into buying a welding tool so that we can do some more advanced salvage in the future. And again, we really don't want to spend a lot of time here, because if the authorities catch us, they will be upset. This pump is actually in perfect condition. I would really like to uninstall that one, and I'm going to try and uninstall this one too. 4 pumps should give us enough money that we can buy some really basic supplies. And then we should be able to do a better job at salvaging some other ships that we come across. Plus, it will probably give us enough money to pay down our mortgage for this shift. We'll be able to do like half of this until we have to go back to our ship. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So we need to head back. Pop our helmet off, put our helmet back on. There was also with the hate stuff, I guess some people in hate didn't like the way that I was leading raids. Like, I guess I was saying some stuff that they didn't like or that was unnecessarily hostile, which I can see that. Like, sometimes I'm not a very nice person and don't really pay attention to what I'm saying. But nobody's actually told me what it was, which is frustrating. Because, like, if I did something that pissed somebody off enough that they didn't want to play in my squads anymore, I'd appreciate knowing that. Because maybe it's something that I could, like, work on and change and improve. But nobody's talked to me about it, so I try not to think about it too much. There's plenty of people who play with me every week in KNT who have no problem telling me when I'm doing something that's annoying. So I assume that they're probably giving me the whole picture. We can speed this up a little bit. So this is going to be pump 3. We'll grab you. And then I want to try and grab that one as well, and then we'll get the hell out of here before the authorities catch up with us. Our main limiter for how long we can be out here right now is actually not our oxygen. We use up oxygen really slowly. It's going to be our battery. Because our battery is what powers all of our pumps, and it's also what powers our nav station. And it's right here. So we can see our charge on this side. We have 2 hours real time of power in that battery right now. And that's going to be the main thing to keep an eye on. Is how that battery charge is doing. Because as soon as it starts to get low, we got to think about heading back to K-Leg and getting a recharge on. Also, wasn't there a bin over here that I saw? Yeah, bin. What is in this bin? Maybe we get lucky there's a welding tool? No, there's nothing. Alright, uninstall this pump. This is all we're going to be able to do on this ship. There's probably about $20,000 on this ship. I'm just unable to remove any of it because I can't disconnect these O2 cans. It's unfortunate, but, you know, that's life when you're just starting out. I've got $100 to my name. Reset my Atmo suit one more time. Actually, do I care about this pump? That pump is kind of beat up. Maybe both of those are kind of beat up, but I could maybe take both of those. I just don't want to push my luck too much. Because if the police do catch you running around unlicensed, they can fine you, they can stick you in prison, they can impound your ship, they can do a bunch of really unpleasant stuff, and I would rather not invite that onto my early salvaging career here. So I actually think this is the last pump I'm going to grab. I'm going to drop you here. We'll rotate it and get it to fit like that. And then, we don't even need this hat on anymore. We can take you off. We can get back to our nav station. We're going to head right back to K-Leg. Which is here. So set that target. Head over to our comms. Show me docking info. We're going to undock. Undo the clamps. Pull back from the ship. Get a VREL of like 50. And then figure out our orientation back to K-Leg. So we'll rotate around to 360. Kill it about there. Change our relative velocity so we're at 0. And then we'll fire up the main thrusters. We'll get up to like 400 VREL. And then we'll work on our nav station a little bit more while we're en route. Should take like another 4 minutes to get back there. You can feel how the ship is kind of like lurching when we've got the thrusters on, and that's because some of our thrusters are kind of busted and need to get fixed up. The quality of your ship influences some of the ways that it performs. So ETA 3 minutes. It's currently 14:29. We're going to want to jump back on that at 14:31. So let's restore the nav station up a bit. Count down to 14:31. Okay, cancel that. Hop on. ETA 50 seconds. That's fine. When we get down to like 15 kilometers away, I'll burn down to 300. Just so we have a nice controlled approach. Especially because it's going to be like 30-second ETA. The more stuff you have on your ship, the slower it gets. Like the actual weight of the ship is modeled in terms of the items that you have on board. So the more stuff you're packing on a return scavenging trip, the more sluggish your ship is going to respond. 30-second ETA, I'll cut down to 200. And then once we get in 5 kilometers, I'll request docking permission and we'll pull up the docking. I don't need that on. We're actually on collision course with Ganymede right now, which is the problem. But we're not going to actually crash into the planet. Request docking clearance. Show me docking. ETA 10 seconds. Okay, we're coming in way hotter than I wanted to. Hang on. Get this down to like 100. No, get this down to like 50. And then we gotta fix our rotation here pretty significantly. That seems okay. Get down to 10 seconds. Take my VRAIL down to like 20. And then we should just be able to coast in on this. Like, I love a good bit of drama. Like, far be it from me to tell people that they can only ever get along. I just feel like there's a bunch of people in Cornerstone who probably didn't even know that he got kicked. And removing them from the guild just, like, makes their life harder for no reason. That's the part that annoyed me. So we're going to make a new zone. We're going to set it to just be our entire ship. And we're going to call this the sail zone. And it's going to be for bartering. So because we're unlicensed, this terminal here, this licensees only terminal, is the one that's going to be giving us the best deals. But we can't use that terminal. We're not licensed. So instead, we got to use the We Buy Crap kiosk, which is super expensive to buy from and super cheap to sell to. But for starting out, that's going to be our life, man. That's what it is. So each of these pumps is like between 200 to 500. The better condition it is, the more it'll sell for. That's going to give us 1,300. And then we want to look for a welder, which I actually think is over here in the supplies kiosk. So we need something that can weld, because that's what's going to let us remove cans. And cans are good money. So show me what you got here. CO2 scrubber. This is the EVA suit. It's like $12,000. We're not really going to be able to afford that. Loose batteries. Batteries for EVA suits. Charging stations. I think it's one of these. A friction stir welder. I'm pretty sure these are what we need. So I'm going to buy one of these. Angle grinder. I wonder if we need an angle grinder too. I know that this thing works. I'm just going to get this. We'll get that. Get sent to our ship. In theory, I think. Although I don't see it. Where did you go? Where did my drill go? Is it on me? Where did this drill go? Hello? I didn't, like, put it in space, did I? That's concerning. Where's my drill? I kind of need that. Huh. It's a bit of a problem. Conduit, CO2 alarm, battery, floor, cooler, intake, floor, thermostat, drill. That's my antenna. That's not going to help. It's outside. It's okay. I can get that. I need to use nav station because it's assigned to my ship. So if I request clearance and I see request undocking clearance, oh, I didn't pay my fees. I have to pay my docking fees, right? So the entire game is designed to just extract money from you. I can't afford my mortgage right now, so I'm gonna have to pay just this. I actually don't even. No, I have to pay every fee. All right, we're gonna pay that, which sucks because we're basically back to broke now. But then we can undock. We can grab our welder. Dock info, request clearance, request undock. Undo the clamps. Undo. There we go. Right? I'm undocked, right? What just happened? I haven't undocked. Request undocking clearance. What? I just paid those. You really gonna ding me again for that? God, you are. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to undock to get my drill. But no, I can. We can do this. All right, so we are going to be broke. We're going to have 75 cents to our name. We're going to have to go straight to another ship to salvage. So let's set target for here. Give me dock info, request clearance, undock. Hit clamps one time. Pull back from station. Close this. Now, if I get up and I put my hat on, I should be able to go out my airlock and grab that drill. We'll go on a little bit of a space journey here. Yeah, there it is. You're coming with me, bud. And then let's go back inside. Thrusters aren't running, so we don't have any like risk of harming ourselves while we're out there. But still. All right, so hat can come off. We can use nav station. And now let's figure out our orientation to this thing. So track my ship. We need to bring this thing around basically 180 degrees. Good. We need to trim off a bit of our lateral velocity. And then we need to gun it. So we got to make a little more money than we have previously. No, he hates that. It's too heavy. We'll dial it down one notch. We're a little broke now, and we got to pay our mortgage by the end of this shift, which is the end of this bar. So we kind of need this ship to hit. And then the other thing I got to do is I get up to 400. Yeah. 3 minutes 22. So that would be at 14:39. We got to get back on the terminal. Restore this. And then while you're working on that, I think the problem is that my sail zone is actually like outside the ship. So let's delete it. Let's select just this. And then we'll call this the sail zone. I think that's why I put my drill outside. And I would really like that to not happen again. I said 39 is when we have to get back on the nav console, I think. I can go to 39:30. I'm scared. I'm gonna get back on it. So we got an extra 10 seconds of nav repair out of it. Minute and a half. Okay. I can actually work on you until 40. That'll be good. Alright, let's get ready to dock with this thing. We're gonna have to kill forward momentum immediately. Take this down to like 300. We'll readjust our relative velocity. Our rotation is screwed up. Let's fix that. Get that back to 0. And then take this down to like 150. We're looking at this number right here. Alright, let's chill there until we get inside 5 kilometers, then we can initiate docking. And we are still doing all of this illegally because we do not have $5,000 for a permit. So we're going to need to be a little swift. Hail ship. It's a derelict. We're going to initiate uncontrolled docking procedure. Dock it up. Take velocity down to about 100. Fix our rotation a little bit. Right about there is looking good. Once we get to 10-second ETA, we'll burn down to 50. And then once we get down to 10-second ETA, we'll burn down to like 20. 15. Now we just wait for the clamps to go green. You can sort of tell how big a ship is by how far away you are from it when you dock, because the center of a ship is its distance from you, but the docking UI is how far you are from the airlock. This one doesn't look that big, because we're real close to it, and it's a C2E medium. It's not that big, but we'll see what we can get out of it. Give me helmet. Helmet on. And let's see what we got. We have a lot of garbage, a broken door, a battery, some O2 cans, intakes. We have good stuff on here. We're just going to have to smash this door down to get to it. Will you work on that? That pump is in good shape. That O2 can, that N2 can is almost full. We'll be grabbing both of those. This pump is also in good shape. There's an EVA battery on the floor, which means there could be an EVA suit in this ship. And if we manage to find an EVA suit, that would be very nice. So let's grab it. It's in great condition. We have a couple mechanical parts, a couple electronic parts. If we find anything broken, we can take that with us. There's a work lamp here. We don't need a second work lamp, so that one we're just going to leave on the ground. And then let's get this door uninstalled, so that we can actually get into the rest of this ship and see what's going on. And we are on the clock right now. We're actually on like 2 clocks right now. My CO2 alarm is going off, but I'm almost done with this door. I just want to finish it. And then what does it take to repair one of these? A motor, a motherboard, 2 scrap steel, scrap carbon fiber, 4 mechanical parts, 3 electronic parts, and it's not even worth that much. That's not going to be worth it to repair. So we're just going to leave that. We will not be taking it with us. Cycle the atmosphere in my suit. Head back in, and now we've got access to the full ship. So, let's take a skim. There are empty canisters. Those are not worth that much. There are more pumps. There's a heat sink. There's a nav station. It's a broken nav station. But even a broken nav station is fairly expensive. What do I need to repair you? Screen, heatsink, motherboard. I'm not going to have all that. There is this battery, though. This battery is in great shape, and it's bigger than the battery we currently have on our ship. I almost want to take that and find a place to install it on our ship. So we are definitely going to grab that. We may need to sell it to make money, but I would really like to have that for my own personal use. Because our battery is the main limiting factor on how much time we can spend salvaging. It's going to take like 3 trips to uninstall that thing, though. Good lord. Okay. Cycle your atmosphere. Head back in. Keep working on it. There's also a ton of floor tiles on this ship. Like, just loose floor tiles. I don't think I have a ton of use for those. But if I wanted to, I could use those to expand my ship out and make it bigger. Which would be neat. We also slowly train our skills up. So you can see that my electrical engineering just went to 1%. The higher your skills are, the faster you do things related to that piece of equipment. So working on a battery is obviously electrical engineering. The more time we spend messing around with batteries and other electrical components, the better we get at working with those kind of systems, the faster we can do them in the future. I think I should be able to get this thing out on this trip. We'll see. Even if I get the CO2 warning now, no, I gotta make one more trip. So we'll get this thing out. I definitely want to take those pumps. Those pumps are going to be good money. And then any of the N2 cans that are full are also going to be really good money. Does not feel like my heater's working very well. I'm rather cold right now. I'll have to take a look at that on the flight back. We might need to do some repairs to our heater. Okay. Battery's uninstalled. Pick that up. Take it with you. The only issue is I don't know where I'd put a battery on this ship. It's kind of crowded. Like, this small battery fits in there really nice, but this ship is really small. We don't have a ton of room for activities. So I may honestly pay it off and then sell it and just get a better ship. Go into debt a second time once we're a little more established. Now, let's work from the back and grab everything we're going to want. These electronic parts, we can repair things with them eventually if we find something that's good. Same thing with that heatsink, and it's 100% condition. Nav station, I don't think I'm going to be bringing. It takes a long time to uninstall those. This pump is great. And even at 40%, it's probably worth it to take that O2 can as well. O2 is far more expensive than nitrogen is. So let's get this pump out. There's my CO2 alarm. It does not look like there's an EVA suit on this ship, unfortunately. So whatever happened on this ship, somebody boarded it, the door broke, and they left a bunch of their stuff here. Like, they left their work light, they left an EVA suit battery, but it doesn't look like they ever made it in. I don't know what was going on with whoever was here before we were. All right. Pick up that pump. Drag it back on board. Drop it. Cycle your personal atmosphere. And then let's go grab that O2 can as well. Okay, so OKLG local authority ship scan activity detected. Our ship is currently being scanned by the police. They are going to know that we are unlicensed. We need to take this O2 can and we need to leave. Which is very unfortunate because there's more money in this ship. that we could have access to that we are not going to be able to have access to. So we got to grab this thing and go. I don't know if they're currently coming to check on us or not, but we're going to be on the run shortly. Drop this fast. Take your helmet off. Nav station. It's time to go. It looks like he changed his mind, but I'm still getting the hell out of here. Request clearance. Undock. Undo the clamps. Set destination for K-Leg. Pull back from this ship. Rotate around to 0. I think we may have gotten very lucky. Hey, there was more money on board, but I'm not willing to chance it because we are so broke right now. And we'll be able to make something off of this. Not a ton, but some stuff. Hopefully enough to pay off our docking fees. Because docking fees are like 500 bucks a pop, and that's really starting to eat into my budget. So we'll take this up to 400. 3.5 minutes. That's going to be at 15:14. Yeah, at 15:14, we're going to want to check up on that. And then I'm going to try and restore this battery a little bit just to get a little bit more money out of it. We're not going to be able to take it all the way to full, but even just a couple points of repair will get us a little bit of extra money on it. And if I wasn't streaming this, I would probably consider repairing all of this stuff. But it's not interesting to watch a character sit there and repair constantly. Alright, 1 minute until arrival at K-Leg. At 20 kilometers, we'll cut down to 300. Switch over to our comms console. See if we have a... Did we get a message? Log entries found displaying. Yeah, that police patrol never even tried to contact us. So that's nice. Go down to like 250, and then we'll stay at 250 until we get within 5 kilometers. Adjust our lateral heading a little bit. Adjust our rotation a tiny bit. Just tidy up our approach trajectory here. Get within 5K, cut to like 100. And then we'll open a docking channel. Local channel, OKLG, docking. I'm being fast because our ETA is like 20 seconds right now. So we left it a little late. Show me docking. Okay, 15 seconds. We're good. Coming in hot on this one. 10 seconds. Cut to 50 VREL. Ten seconds. Cut to 20 VREL. And then 10 seconds, cut to like 10 VREL. And then wait for the clamps to go green. There we go. Super smooth. Now, let's go try this modified buying zone out. Trade will be by crap. We still do not have enough money. We don't even have enough money to feed ourselves right now, which is a little bit of a problem. I think that's enough. Oh, they don't want the ship battery. Okay, they don't want to buy our ship battery. So what we're going to need to do is go find the guy who runs the black market and see if he'll buy it. So we're going to head down to the old Emporium because there's different sections to the station. So we're in the old Emporium now, which is like there's a bar down here, there's a bunch of other stuff down here, but the guy we want to find is the fixer, who is always in the same place. He's right over here. And actually this time it is a she. So we are going to offer to trade with Sophia Taylor. She's going to be like, no, absolutely not. We can't do that because the salvage company that owns all this stuff says you can't. But we know better. So we have two ways that we can succeed at what they call a dialogue combat. Actually, this camera's still not in a great place. Maybe I should go over like here. Does this work? Is this better? I think that'll be better for now. We have two ways we can win this. We can attempt to charm Sophia Taylor. We succeed when she either has intimacy loved or intimacy desperate, and it fails if she becomes too selfish, too greedy, or too annoyed by her privacy. Or we can threaten her, which succeeds when she is anxious about her security, but also fails when her altruism is too high or her privacy is too low. So we have a number of different dialogue options we can use to try and like push them towards that. We can compliment their appearance, which is good for intimacy but bad for privacy. We can threaten them, which is bad for security and altruism. I'm just going to start by doing like some normal dialogue. I'm going to ask how she's doing. How are you? She says, hey, look at us. This increases intimacy for them and us, so that's good. I'll shoot the breeze. Just gossiping. I'm making friends. And the more we talk to her, the more we kind of learn about her. So she's well groomed, she's noticed, she feels disrespected. That's not necessarily our fault, but she awkwardly says, so she's like, she's kind of given me the sense that like, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm going to complain about authorities because I know that she is like a black market fixer. Maybe that will ingratiate myself to her. She gently places her hand on my arm. I can give a flirty reply. It's great for intimacy. Like, I would love to get intimacy up so that we can just be trade partners. And then was loved one of the ones I needed? If I return to the subject. Yeah, intimacy loved. So this should succeed now. I say, you don't look like the kind who goes in for rules and regulations. She blushes, and yeah, now she's like, okay, you can have the black market. That's fine. So she's got a Bingham EVA suit that is way cheaper than the one that was in the supply depot. She's got an MHD. I don't even know what that is, and I can't afford it anyway. But will you buy my battery? No. Ugh. I need someone to buy this damn battery so I can leave this station, man. Thanks for your time or whatever, but like, I don't even know if I can afford to undock right now. This would all be much easier. Maybe I should just like run one courier mission. Because like, I might need the money. Let's talk to the Gig Nexus kiosk here quick. I wanna get licensed and I wanna rip some ships to shreds, man. New game indeed. So here's how this works. We have to pay $657 up front, which we can afford. Great news. The faster we do it, the more money we make. This guy needs us to pick up a bottle in the old Emporium, and then he needs us to drop it off in commercial. So we're going to close out of this. We're going to go to the old Emporium. And then after that, we need to go to commercial. And I'm going to do a little bit of scummy pausing to make sure I can do this as fast as possible to get maximum money. I will not apologize. The Gig Nexus terminal is here. We'll go use it. We will select the job. We will take the gig. We will close it, immediately pause. Access the locker. Immediately pause. This is the bottle we need to deliver. Stick it in one of our small pouches. We are going to commercial with this. Depart for commercial. New game? New game. It's Ostranauts. It was the one I was telling you about in DMs. It's the shipwreck salvager roguelite. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Pause. Where is the gig nexus here? There it is. Head here. Access locker. Pause. Drop it off. Use. My gigs? The hell is this? Get it out. Okay, so this is our gig. We're going to turn in. We've gotten a gold tier payout. We are now 1,000-er. We have money. Let's go back to our gigs. There's other ones we could take. I wish I could, like, see, but it's fine. I guess I don't need to see. There's different kinds of gigs, too. So this is a heavy hitting gig. We have to go, like, threaten somebody and then beat them up. We get money for that. This is 4,000 kilometers away, though. That's a little too far. Little too far for us right now. This is a honeypot. We have to go find an NPC. We have to develop a romantic relationship with them, and then we have to get information from them and come back to the kiosk. It pays $3 million if we're successful, but that's because Shelby Correa is 4.42 AUs away. We literally cannot travel there. It is too far for our junker ship to go. Security recon, I just have to find a guy and then take a picture of him. He's only 215 kilometers away. That's not horrible. We could think about doing that. It's within travel distance. And if we salvage some ships on the way, we might make some extra money. But I don't want to do anything too reckless at this point. And the ships can move. So this might be 215 kilometers away now, but it might go further. And also, Ellie Hicks may not be happy to see me. So we're going to skip on that one because it might be a little dangerous. It looks like this one's a courier. We need to go Old Emporium to commercial for $1,000. Sure. It's the same run that we did last time. So we'll do this. That'll pay our docking fees, and then we'll go salvage another couple ships. We also need to find some food somewhere. So we'll go Old Emporium. So we gotta eat. It's a little bit Sims adjacent as well, in that we have to take care of some of our needs. Pop open Gig Nexus. Take me all the way down to the courier. Old Emporium, that's where we are, sure. So take, close, access locker, pause. Here's the thing. I guess I'll put a shoe in one of my pockets. My inventory's kind of a mess, but it's fine. I need to go to commercial. The other thing we could do if we really just wanted money is we could go back to that same derelict that had like 18 O2 cans on it. It's still there in space. We could just go visit it again. It might not have all that stuff on it still. It might have gotten like pilfered by some other shipbreaker. So I'm not going to. But we could if we wanted. Because we know that there's money on that ship. My gigs, turn in. Alright. We've got $2,000. That is enough to buy a small meal. It's enough to pay our undocking fees. And we just need, like, we need one ship to hit big. We need one ship that's got, like, a fusion reactor on it or something, or, like, a cargo pod. We bring one of those home, we pay our mortgage for, like, 3 shifts, and we can buy ourselves an actual salvage permit so that we don't have to run from the police. And then we're off to the dang races at that point. So, food is over here in supplies. We could also buy food from these street carts, but it's insanely expensive. So we will not be doing that. Instead, I want you to give me like, yeah, give me some like new Trencher's Kung Pao chicken. Give me one of those. Then take me over to the fuel kiosk so that we can top up on our charge, we can top up on our nitrogen propellant, and we can top up on our oxygen. That is going to continue to cost us money. I have 1,300. Holy fuck. What is costing me that much? Our N2. You know what? It's actually not that important to have oxygen and nitrogen. We'll be fine. We still have half of our RCS left. So instead, we're paying 450. Oh, this pays our dockage too. You know what? If it pays our dockage as well, that's fine. We won't get dinged when we leave the station in this case. Yeah, pay all of it here. So we actually have $600 to our name, which is good. We're doing okay. We need one good ship, and then we are super in business. So give me my trenchers to eat. Now, I could long for better food, which improves our self-worth, but decreases our altruism and meeting. I could also ponder mystery meat. I could also remove the mystery meat bits. But I'm just going to eat it. I'm not about all that. We feel that we're too greedy. Maybe I should have longed for better food. Anyway, let's hop into this nav station. Let's go talk to OKLG. Hello? Dock info? Yeah. Yeah, request clearance. Yeah. I would like to undock, please. Thank you. I will be undoing my clamps now. Pull back from the station. Let's go find a juicy target. There are 3 ships over here in very close proximity. Let's go see what that's all about. Change tracking back to ship. We're going to need to rotate. Oop, hold on. Get me to bearing 0 here. Okay, good. Kill my lateral velocity. Good. Let's fire the thruster up. Feels like we're struggling a little bit to escape the gravitational pull of Ganymede right now. So if I crank my thrusters way up, if I'm like max thrust, you can actually see your vision start to darken because you're blacking out from the G-forces. But we're at 400 velocity just from that that little burn. So I guess it's fine. I guess it doesn't matter that much. And then we have a minute 30 until arrival. So we need to stop at like 22:45. Let's continue fixing our battery. Hey, since nobody wants to buy this thing, I might just install it, honestly. We could move the... What could we move? There's not a lot we could move. This is a cramped ship. I don't think I can put the cooler on that wall because it needs extra length. I might just have to install the battery in like the middle of the floor. Or I could pilfer some walls from a ship that we find, and I could manually expand this thing out. All right, that's enough. Cancel this. Hop onto your nav station because I forgot what time it is. You arrive in a minute 30. You have 30 more seconds to dink around with this battery. You need to get on that nav station at 45. Okay, it's 45. Cancel that. Use that. You arrive in 50 seconds. Let's take our relative velocity down to about 300. This is going to be 3 ships. One of these has to be good. They may all be in the same place because they collided, so some of these might be just absolutely shattered to pieces. But we'll find out when we get there. Once ETA hits 30 seconds, I'll burn down to 200. And then we'll initiate docking procedure and communication with the derelict. Burning down to 200 VREL. Let's wait. Well, it's still 30 seconds. I'm going to get within 5 and burn to 100. Comms console. Hail ship. What's your deal? Target unresponsive. Dock up. Let's orient ourselves a little bit that way. 15 seconds. Burn down to 50. Seconds again. Let's burn down to 20. This is going to be another small ship, though. We're already at 300 meters away from it. We're not even close to docking. This is going to be very small. Clamp it. You attached? It's thinking about it. If you're taking this long, it's ultra large. Maybe it's actually kind of big. Okay. Well, let's see what we are working with here. Put the helmet on. No, not the drill. Put the helmet on. Also, you don't need this EVA battery. I actually probably could have sold that. You don't need any of this crap, so just leave it there. What do we have here? We have a fucking huge ship with live people on it. This is not good. This is a massive ship. I don't know why the length was so wrong. So, broken pressure suit, aluminum. I could take these pumps before I'm found. Probably. Maybe. There's a crate here. Oh, that's me. I'm Idobu Molina. Okay. Just poke your head in here. I can't open that crate. It's locked. I can't open that one. I can open this one. It's so far in there. Check these bins. Hey, we're stealing from like living people right now, which is a little scary. I haven't done this yet in the games that I've played single player even. Cigarette box, disposable batteries, patch, an O2 bottle. None of this is really that expensive. Another Bingham EVA battery. I'll grab it. It's $2. Inventory? What the hell is this? 50 work safety 200 work safety posters? What is this ship, man? Inventory? Nothing. I don't think we can spend much time here. I think their ball is broken here. I'm in a... Hold on. What? This ship isn't pressurized. There's no pressure on this ship. Where was that live person I saw? This person is suffocating to death. There's no atmosphere in their room. This is the gas overlay. There's 0 kPa of oxygen. There's 0 kPa of nitrogen. Everybody on board this ship, as far as I can tell, is about to die. Which is unfortunate for them, but does not matter for me. Because I have a pressure suit. I mean, let's make sure that they also don't have a pressure suit, I guess. If I look at Tiffany over here, Tiffany is a guy. He is blacking out. He's bleeding and gasping. He's dead. Okay, actually, he's not even alive anymore. Good news, gamers. We can loot this entire ship. Woohoo. Okie dokie. So this crate can get opened. It's empty. This crate... I could pry these. I just don't think I have anything to pry with. Like, what do you do? Destructible, handheld, rigid, sharp edge. Can I pry with sharp edge? Pry. Handheld, wedge, shaft, rigid, and tough. No, I don't have an appropriate tool for that. This door needs to go. This ship is gargantuan. We surely will find enough money in this ship to be able to buy a license for ourselves if we don't get caught. If we get caught, it's going to be a bummer. I'll also grab these mech parts. We can use those for fixing things later. All right, get out of there. That door is busted. I don't think it's worth repairing them. Yeah, I know. You're CO2. We have time. It's not like super urgent. You have a couple minutes. Refresh your 2. Get back in there. Now that the door is down, nothing's stopping you. So before I even start taking anything, I just want to get a lay of the land. Also, motor, super valuable. Well, not super valuable, but like motorboard and motherboard are the things that let us fix stuff. This is a dead person. They are dead. Okay. That's fine for me. They have a bin. Pair of drink pouches. That's not really that important. A broken O2 alarm. I don't think those sell for... Oh, they do. This would be interesting to fix. We grabbed a motherboard. We have small electronic parts. Let's take this. It's small. It shouldn't take that long to uninstall. It sells for decent money. We can fix it on the trip back. This is a nice little find for us. It's probably going to be like a couple $100. And we can just put it in our inventory. We don't even have to drag it. So, what do you have on you, sir? This is your PDA. We'll grab that. There could be information on that that we can sell if we can open it. We didn't take hacking, so we can't actually hack into it, but we can just sell it, and it might be a couple $100. He also has mystery meat, and I'm not going to take mystery meat. Surprise sauce off of a dead body. I gotta have standards, man. And then he also has a backpack. So I'm going to examine this body because we may be able to tell somebody about it later. We'll figure out a couple things about like what might have happened to them. And then I am going to strip this body. He was fatally poisoned. It does not happen by accident. So I'm going to commit to investigate this death. And I might find information later about like somebody who I could tell about this. For now, though, I'm going to strip you. And I'm going to check your backpack. You had a t-shirt, some shoes. The backpack is good. This is a nice backpack. He had food in it and drink pouches. But I'm actually going to take it. Like, I'm just going to take the backpack. And then I'm going to open up my salvage pack, or my my tote bag. I'm going to move everything from my tote bag into the new backpack. And then I think that small pouch is also on the tote bag. So, take you, drop you actually, just drop the tote, and then take your work lamp, put it back in your hand so you can see what you're doing. Double check that we didn't leave anything in this tote. Tote is empty? Good. Okay, we just have a better backpack now. So, let's keep working. We have a bin. It's got a t-shirt. It's got a work safety poster. We have a bin. Work safety poster and a drink pouch. I wonder if I need to collect evidence about this guy. Let's do it anyway, just in case. What's up, Kyoshi Raiders? How are you doing? We're investigating the death of, like, 4 people who were poisoned on an abandoned derelict spaceship. Mark Reyes is a shipbreaker. We should inform AOSEC. We should do that. Let's take a peek at their contacts. Do they have any information about that? And we are also still doing this illegally. So, if the police show up, we should probably get the hell out of here, because otherwise we're going to look like the person that poisoned him. And I don't think that's going to be a pleasant interaction. Okay, we've completed the death investigation. Mark Reyes' killer was a male. I don't know how we figured that out, but we did. And we've updated our case report. Anything else in here? A bunch of trash? No. Who cares? This is a small room. I don't care about cloth. Let's keep working deeper into the ship. A ton of bins. A ton of damaged floor. Nothing in the bin. How about corner bin? Corner bin has trash. How about double bin? Double bin has spicy buffalo wings with ranch dip. It's in pretty good condition. Hey, it saves us like $200. So, why wouldn't we? Another empty bin. Busted up sink. Another empty bin. Broken door. Broken chair. Broken fridge. So this was like their galley? Yeah, it's a bunch of chairs and stuff. We have cans. That's almost empty. That's not going to be worth it. That's quarter empty. I also don't think that's going to be worth it. The pumps themselves are in really good shape, though, so we should probably uninstall those. Those will be decent money, and we are here to make money. We're not here to cosplay as a private investigator. We're here to salvage ships for money. Alright, that's our CO2 alarm on the pressure suit, so let's head back home. All the way down here. We've made it like halfway down this ship. Look at how big this thing is. Right home. You're not dead? You're dead. How are you riding home? Oh, someone's in here who's still alive. We just don't have line of sight on. Oh. Okay. We're revising the theory of what happened on this ship. What happened on this ship is that, like, 3 or 4 people were poisoned, and the person who poisoned them is still on board. Also, because there's no atmosphere on this ship, they likely have a pressure suit. Or worse, they have, like, an EVA. Now, I don't think we're in immediate danger because this door is broken. This door is broken. I don't think they have any way of reaching us right now. But I still really need to exercise some caution here. We have pain relief pills. We have 2 shitty meals, anti-nausea pills. None of that stuff is worth any money. Broken door. Good. Bad men can't get through that. Broken door. Bad men can't get through that. What is this room, though? That's where they keep their battery. They have 2 batteries. I don't know that I want to mess with that. Thermostat? That's worth money? No. The smart play here is to take these 2 pumps and leave. The dumb play is to continue to break down doors. But there's 2 ships that are right next to us right now. And we could just salvage them. We don't have to be attached to the ship right now. I think we should take these 2 pumps, and we should probably cut our losses. And we should go home. We can't fight like one guy. And if there's more than one guy on this ship, we're just kind of fucked. I should take these mech parts and motor and electrical parts, though. Those might be useful. So let's go do that now, and then we'll reset our O2. Grab you. Stick all this stuff in small pouches. What's that thing? Clean, scrap cloth, trash, don't care. Okay, continue uninstalling this. We actually might get this done before the CO2 alarm goes off, which would be nice. And then we'll do the second one, and we're just going to cut our losses and leave. There's a lot of stuff in this ship that I would like to do, but I don't think I'm currently equipped for it. There's our high CO2. It's fine. You have like 2 more reps on this, and then you can go home. There you go. You got it. Don't take it with you because it's heavy, but you can come back and get it. I could also get into this portion of the ship if I can find a gap in the wall. Like if anywhere on this wall is blown out, which I don't think it is. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pipe dream. All right, cycle my atmosphere. We can combine these stacks. We can put this motherboard down. We can put this engine down. We grabbed a motor. There it is. Put your helmet back on. Let's go grab that pump. The other issue that we're about to face is we need to make a mortgage payment basically at the end of this trip. So we have to make enough money basically before we go back to K-Leg to pay for that. Otherwise, we are going to be experiencing problems in the form of late payment fees that are going to make it even more unaffordable. God, I really want to know what else is in this ship, though, man. Like, what if I just mouse over? Can I see anything interesting? Heatsink? No, that's not that interesting. PDA is not that interesting. It's this room. Somebody else is in this room. It's Danielle Shepard. Who are you? You are a K-Leg illegal. You're a pirate. You're wearing an EVA suit. You have a handgun. We need to go. We need to go, man. There's an armed pirate on this ship. Although, she's almost out of oxygen. But she's not taking any damage. I think she's... I don't actually think she's in any risk of dying. I'm just not gonna mess with that. It's not worth it. Like, this is a roguelike game. When you die, you die. And I do not want to pick a fight with a pirate who has a handgun on a ship that she has probably poisoned 3 other people on. We're gonna leave. I'm not even getting the second pump. It's not worth it. We're going here. Dock info. Request clearance on dock. Get me out of here. Undo the clamps. Now we're gonna have a weird navigation over to this next ship because it's so close. I actually think I just hail it now. Main menu. Well, let's pull back from this thing first. Right? Adjust your lateral velocity a little bit, and then switch to comms, hail ship. This one is our target right now. Initiate uncontrolled docking procedure. Dock. It is 4 kilometers away. We can do a bit of navigation here. So we're really just going to move over like laterally. We'll do a slight rotation. Like, let's see if we can see how big that ship is on the map. Look at how big that ship is on the map. It's giant. This is ours. It's like 10 times the size of ours. There was probably really valuable stuff on there too. It's just not... It's not worth losing your life over. Let's kill our relative velocity. Let's actually set up a docking approach on this ship. Bring me to about there. 2.75 kilometers away. I'll burn up to like 100 for that. And then once we get to 15, I'll burn back down to 50. And then once we get back down to 15 again, I'll burn down again. I think this ship is also big. Burn down to 20. I think this is going to be a second big ship. This seems like a really... Like, we're 450 kilometers away from it, and I feel like we're going to be able to clamp any second now. We'll see what the overlay tells us when we actually get inside clamp range. But I think this might be another big one. Clamp. It's a medium. I can live with that. Alright, let's put the hat on. What are we working with in here? This place looks pretty bomb. There's a fusion reactor. Okay, this is our payday ship. There is a fusion reactor on board. We will be taking it. I don't care about the crate. I'll check like one bin. We need to spend all of our time... Ooh, a toothbrush. Busted cigarettes. We need to spend all of our time getting this fusion reactor out of here. So let's take one really quick scout just to make sure that we're alone. Bad N2can. Really good N2can, actually. Let's grab that now. Busted transponder. Another bin. A couple more bins. And then that's like the end of the ship. This is the floating fusion reactor with nothing else on it. But there should be like... For a fusion ship, there should also be a couple like H3 tanks. I don't know where those are. Alright, well, anyway. Grab this in toucan. There's a bunch of random floor tiles here, too. What is that? Oh, it's a thermostat. That's also an intact RCS thruster. Those are also a lot of money. That's a CO2 pump that vents to space. There's also an O2 tank in there that I just saw. This ship has a lot of stuff on it. But again, we need to be kind of fast because we are doing this illegally. So drop this in toucan. Switch your helmet out. It's going to take a long time to take this fusion reactor apart. Is the biggest concern that I have. And then just look at that O2 can. That one right there. 62%. It's probably worth grabbing. Oh, there's a salvage permit here. Are you still good? No. No fucking way. It's a valid salvage permit. So, it's valid until 2079-827 at 245. And it is currently 2079-826 at 1542. I don't know who left this salvage permit here, but taking that salvage permit actually means that we can legally salvage not just this ship, but any ship until 82702. So before, when I was like, we need to strip down this reactor so fast. Yeah, not true. We can take all the time in the world on this now. In fact, we could hit a couple other ships on the way back. The only limiter to how long we can stay in space is our battery. And even then, I may do something insane. If I have your permission to do something insane, check this shit out. I mean, not like literally right now, but check this shit out shortly. Grab this battery, install this battery. God, for a second I thought the ship power just died. Um, Pick up these electronic parts. Pick up this battery, install it here. There is a conduit there that it will connect to, I think. There is. We're just going to install this battery. And when we install this battery, we're going to have like 8 hours of surplus power because it's a large battery and the ship is tiny. So we can basically stay out here until our salvage permit expires. We will have plenty of oxygen. We have plenty of RCS fuel still. We even grabbed an N2 can. Like, we can just hook that thing up. So, how much power do we have right now? This battery says 1 hour 22. This battery says 6 hours 33. We can stay out here as long as we want. So let's take some of this stuff and just leave it on the ground, because I think we can leave large objects on top of the battery. So like this fusion reactor is really going to be crammed in here, but I think we can carry it still. Keep working on getting this thing out of here. It's going to take a couple trips because our suit does not hold that much oxygen. But this also means that we can take like the RCS thruster. We can take some of the pumps that are in good shape. We can also check out the third ship in the line. We even have meals that we can eat out here if we get hungry. Like, we're chilling. We're so chilling right now. In fact, we're like the fusion reactor is worth so much that I actually think we would be fine to not pay our mortgage this cycle because we're not going to have enough money to, and tank the late fee because the reactor will pay for the late fee. The reactor will pay for everything. So pick it up. Each of these sells for about 4K. So that reactor is $16,000. I think. And even like we can even use the good sales terminal. Like everything is coming up Millhouse for us right now. Let's cycle our oxygen quick. Okay. Pick this up. All this. And everything associated with the reactor is usually worth money. Like they need helium-3 and deuterium water to run. If you can find either of those tanks, each of those tanks are like 15K a pop. The pellet feeders are like 6K. Everything associated with the reactor is money. Even the field coils that are completely broken on the ground, I may take and repair, depending on what parts I need to repair them. But that's why we've been scrounging like mech parts, electrical parts, etc. Motherboards, motors. We can use that stuff to fix things that we find. Pick up you. So that's the reactor on board. What do you take to repair? Motherboard, small parts electronic, small parts mechanical, and steel. The only thing we don't have for that is steel. Everything else we have. And we could find steel somewhere. So I do think I'm going to take those field coils, and I think I'm going to repair them. So uninstall you. They're also going to take a little bit, but that's fine. There's even a motherboard sitting here. There's a laser array in the back. We'll probably grab that laser array too. These crates. I wonder if I can buy a crowbar on K-leg and pry those things open. Because I would love to get access to them. So I don't know why I have 2 drink pouches. I do not need those. Cluttering my inventory up. Uninstall this. This should finish it. I want to grab the laser array. It's not even broken. In fact, it's in horrible shape, but it's not broken. I want to grab the thruster, and I probably want to grab like the motherboards and the mechanical parts that are laying around. Just because... Wait, are there 2? It's 2 field coils? Huh, okay. So these are damaged. They're only worth 2 right now. They will be worth more when we repair them. This is going to be a heavy ship when we eventually take off. But that is okay. Keep an eye on our O2 can. Like, we've only used 3% of our O2. N2, we've got 100% in that one. We've got 85 in that one. We have tons of RCS fuel still. Battery says 2 hours. Battery says 7 hours. All the time in the world. Let's uninstall this busted laser array. We could even take some of this walling and flooring if we wanted to expand the ship. Which might not be the worst idea. I wonder how high it stacks. That would be my biggest question. If it stacks to like 10 or 15, I could grab a bunch. But if it doesn't stack at all, I don't think it's really going to be worth it. We might want to take a dedicated trip for that instead. Give me this. That salvage permit was honestly such an incredible find. I can't believe it was just sitting in a bin. Pick this up. Yoink it. Perfect timing. Even almost fully damaged, this thing is $3 signs. I think it'll probably be like 4,000 bucks if we repair it to full. The question is whether I want to spend the time on it or not. It's like time that you spend repairing is time that you spend not earning money. All right. What else is in here that's still valuable? Conduit pumps. Pumps are decent money. RCS thruster I also really have my eye on. I don't know that I want to... Well, I really should. I should take everything. We may not find another ship like this for a very long time. So I really think I need to take anything that's like $3 signs or more. This is the kind of ship that pays your bills for like a couple days, which is a big deal in the early game. Also, there's a broken O2 alarm on that wall. I'll be grabbing that as well. Drop it. Cycle. Head back out. Uninstall this O2 alarm. That seems like the kind of thing we can just fix while we're in transit back home. Pop it into your pocket. Grab this motherboard too while you're there. Take this RCS thruster down. This is just like a weird corner wall. I don't think I can do anything with that. There's also a bin there. There might be something in that bin. You could take the bin. If it's a good bin, I may take that bin. Because I can install it on my ship and then we can put shit in it. To help us keep the floor a little tidier. Okay, RCS thruster obtained. I'm also like, do I want to take the crates? We could take a lot. But like bin there would be a pretty good spot for it. We could also do a bin virtually nowhere else. Yeah. I know, low pressure alert. It's actually fine. It's just because I keep walking through both doors too fast. I'm not actually letting my airlock cycle. But the only thing you lose is oxygen. And oxygen is not our limiting reagent to being out here, and it's not that expensive either. This thruster is broken. We would need aluminum, carbon fiber, motor, and small parts. I don't think I have that on me right now. That is a compact broken battery. I don't want to take that. Do these stack? No. In that case, I don't think I'll be taking them. As much as it would be nice to expand the ship, I don't think it's going to be worth that much. And then let me take a look at this bin. Wow. It's got a second drill. I don't need a second drill, but it's neat that it's in there. It's like 3 more motors, a motherboard. If you don't have the inventory for those electronic parts right now, we're going to have to take them. There's also a cooler back here in really good shape. I want that cooler as well. I just got to go empty my pockets first. And then since I don't have floor space, I can actually just drop these, and the game attempts to find places for them to go on this horrible, disorganized floor. We just have to dig them up later. Give me that cooler, though. Yes. This bin only holds 4 for 2 squares. I don't think that's good. I think I can do better. That N2 can is virtually empty. It's not worth it. This intake is broken, and intakes aren't even worth that much in the first place. I don't think that's worth it. This cooler, though, this cooler is worth it. Pick you up, drag you back to the ship. And then I think there's like 1 more thruster, 2 more pumps, maybe 3 more pumps, and then I think we've gotten most of the things we want out of this ship. This ship, if we repaired everything, probably would get us about $40,000. I'm not going to repair everything because I don't think it's interesting to watch me repair everything. I may decide to do it off stream. Like, I may end stream and then go and like make a snack and then just AFK and repair all this stuff. But we'll see. That's a signal box. I don't want a signal box. Did I check this bin yet? Nope. There is a toolbox in there. Let's grab this motherboard. Let's grab this motor. They're not in great shape, but they'll still do. Let's also grab those mechanical parts and that heatsink. And then what's in this toolbox's inventory? Nothing. Okay. Well, I already have a toolbox, so I won't be needing that. Thermostat is not worth that much. This pump is. We uninstall you. And we still got 1 more ship to do after this. I feel like that's maybe the 10th time I've said it, but I'm excited about it. Because this one hit big, but what if the other ship also hits big? Oh, baby. You know? There's tons. That's actually, you know what? I may grab that bin. Because that's an in-floor bin. And I think they're actually kind of big. I think they're 4 squares. So we can drop mechanical parts. We can drop this motor. Drop the motherboard. Drop the heatsink. Get back out there. Take a look at this bin again to refresh your memory. It is 4 squares. I'll think about it. Also, I didn't check this bin, I don't think. It's nothing. Fair enough. None of these are bins, right? These are all just floors. Yeah. Floor, floor, floor. It's all floor. This N2 can, 84% will be taking that. That N2 can is money. And it's nice and quick to remove. Pick you up. Drag you into the ship. And then I think I want to grab that broken. Well, no, I don't have steel on me. And since I don't have steel, maybe I'll just leave it. I'll do one more pass after this. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything that's super high value. Let's go take a peek. %62% O2 can. Hey, there's this pair of pumps, actually. Oh, there's a bin in the corner here, too. 2 drink pouches, who cares? So broken thruster, I don't think is worth it. Random crates, I don't think is worth it. Bed? I didn't even see the bed there. I don't think that's worth it. But I think these 2 pumps probably are. And they come out fairly quickly. We should be able to do them in one trip. One trip each, rather. I think there's pump 1. Drag you into the ship. And then we'll grab pump 2. We'll grab that O2 can. And then we'll be on our way. Drop you. Cycle this helmet. Yeah, that O2 can is 62. I think that's probably worth taking. An O2 can that's over half is probably still going to sell for a couple thousand. If we're really fast on this last ship, we may actually make it back before the end of our shift. And not take any late penalty. We'll see. Drop you. I'm not even going to bother cycling my O2. I'm just going to go pick this can up and then leave. Grab you. Haul you. And then we will get underway, ladies and gentlemen. How's my battery doing? 1 hour 39, 651. So fine. Drop it. Take your helmet off. Take a nice breath. You've earned it. This O2 can is down to 94. Nav station. Sol phase, thank you for your service. We're going to be moving to the 3rd ship now. Request clearance. Undock. Unclamp. Pull back. Fire thrusters this way. We're only 2 kilometers away from this thing. Let's hail it. Initiate dock. Confirm. Let's actually take the time to line this up. Need to bring ourselves around a little bit. It's a nice lazy turn. And kill your lateral motion. Fix your rotation, give you a bit of forward thrust. And we can see it on the docking profile. OKLG local authority ship scan activity detected. Who cares, man? I'm legal. I didn't buy it, but I am legal to salvage these. So honestly, you can suck me, coppers. I think this is another really big ship. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe. Nah, actually, it looks kind of small. Clamp it. It's a Titan Max. Okay, it's huge. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a big ship. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So these are specialty cargo pods. Each of these is worth about $20,000. There appear to be 8. We're going to be working on this one for a while again. There is a pair of batteries back here. There's an MHD generator. I have never seen one of these things. It employs magnets along the path of the reactor's plasma flow. There's a capacitor. It's entirely possible there's a second fusion reactor on this ship. We are seeing all the indications of somebody who is using fusion power here. Now, that doesn't mean that the reactor will be here. Somebody else may have come by and taken the reactor already, but this ship has all of the components that it requires to run a reactor. An O2 bottle for an EVA suit. I don't have an EVA suit yet. Trash, mech parts, electrical parts, a broken door. We're going to have to uninstall this. Get this torn down. Hey, the good news is that this one also looks uninhabited. A battery charger. Okay, so there's a ton of EVA merchandise on this ship. This battery charger is used for charging Bingham 12 EVAs. We found a manual for Bingham 12 EVA usage. If we are lucky, we may find... Holy frick. 5 Bingham 12 batteries. I was hoping that we would actually find the suit, but we have not found a suit yet. That said, each of these are probably a couple $100. Let's take a very cursory tour of this ship. N2CAN 65, O2CAN 01. I can afford to skip both of those. Bulkhead bin with a fire extinguisher, some batteries. Unnecessary. A lot of racks. It's damaged. But even damaged, it is worth a lot of money. What is this ship? What is going on in here? Oh, it's just one. It's that big, I guess. Inventory. Can I see what you have on you? Bottle compartment, filter compartment, battery compartment, clip point. Did I grab the bottle? Or did I find the bottle on this ship? Also, can I repair this? I don't think I can repair this. Which kinda sucks. I'm still gonna take it with me because it's a very expensive item. But I think it is beyond my capabilities to repair that. This is a very valuable charger. So, what I'm seeing on this ship is a lot of things that you would only really have if you were very wealthy. Crowbar. We really want that crowbar. There's a bunch of stuff on this ship that's like stuff that you would only have if you're really well off. I don't know what else we're going to find in here, but okay, there it is. This is a tool that replaces the function of like all of this. It's a welder, it is a hacksaw, it is a soldering iron, it does everything. It's also about $20,000 to buy one new. It currently doesn't have a charge, but we found a battery for it, and it's in perfect condition. That will be coming with us. What else do you have in here? Another crowbar, some floors, motherboard. Fine. My CO2 alarm is going off. I gotta get back to the ship. It's just as well. I gotta drop a ton of stuff off. Okay. Damaged EVA suit. Unfortunately, I don't think we can put on right now. Let's fix that first. I want to pause and I want to think. What if I do just put it on? Drop. Here's what I want to see. Drop. Drop motor. Drop drink pouch. So I can move my kit over here. I can put my toothbrush in there. This clip point, I'm also going to need to move that out. Drop these coveralls. Can't slot in shirt outer. Oh, it's blocked by the backpack as well. Okay, drop the backpack. And then backpack inventory. So it has a bottle compartment. It does have a hole in it, which is a problem. I'm hampered by lack of skill with bulky EVA suits. I don't think this thing actually holds its pressure right now. Is there anything in the backpack, though? No. It doesn't look like... Oh, I can repair it when I'm wearing it. I have all this stuff. I can fix this right now. I can fix this whole thing right now. I need inventory space. Where am I going to find inventory space? Drop the toolbox. Sorry, I've actually never done this before. Let's cancel task. Cancel task. Yeah. Repair. Not enough inventory space to carry small mechanical parts. That's fine. You don't need to. Just put them back on the ground. Repair. You need small electronic parts now, right? Let's walk over here. Small electronic parts are right there. My floor sorting system is a nightmare. Wait, I've got the motherboard. I'm figuring it out. Hold on. Missing tools, welding tool? No, I have a welding tool. He's doing it. Just everyone calm down, okay? I need everyone to chill out. What do you mean CO2 high? Oh, I still have my helmet on. Put that on the ground. Fix the suit. I think after the suit gets fixed, we're good. I actually might need a helmet for it still, actually. I think I might need suit plus helmet. But if we found the suit in this ship, I bet we can find a helmet in the ship too. I bet we can. Okay, thank God we grabbed all of that shit. Because now... Oh, we have to restore it too. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of it. Because I don't think it's going to restore that fast. Yeah, it's glacially slow to restore. So I'm gonna move it like a little bit. I'm gonna say that's good. And then I think I still need my pressure helmet, which sucks because that's actually the part that like doesn't give me the O2. And then let's see if I like explode when I step onto the ship. My vitals appear fine. So we need this. We need this O2 bottle. That is our onboard suit oxygen. We need... That's a broken helmet. I don't care. That is a charged Bingham 12 battery. We want that, but we also want the station to come with us. Because then we can recharge our own suit battery. I have no clue where we're going to put it. Thanks for asking. But you will be coming with me. No, not inventory. Pick it up. Drag it onto the ship. Where is this piece of shit gonna go? I'm gonna have to uninstall the battery when I get back to the station and install the EVA charger over it. I think is what I'm gonna have to do. Also, I gotta cycle my O2 quick. Okay. And then what else did we see in here? Because there was other Bingham stuff in here. EVA batteries. I wish I could figure out how to like... I wish it had an inventory. Actually, you know what I can do? There is a solution to this. I'm also not sure I need this light. Yeah, okay, so the suit has its own light. I don't need to bring this light. I can drop you. I can drop you. Now, where did I put the backpack in this mess? Oh, backpack. Is it pouch? No, it's not pouch. It's backpack. I see it. Backpack. Pick up. So we can just carry it in our hand like this. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. So come back to this corner of the ship where I can at least see some parts of the floor. Drop this here. Drop this here. Drop your small electronic parts. You don't need those. You also don't really need this pressure suit. Drop that. So it's a bit of a janky setup, but it kind of works. And now that we have our bag back, we can take all of these Bingham batteries. We can put them back into the bag. I should probably bring my shoes. It'd just be nice to have my shoes on me. It's not necessary. We can grab this Weber laser charger. Because I would like to be able to recharge my super fancy welding tool. This ship rules. There's so much good stuff in here. Drop that. Drop this. Drop this. Cycle your helmet. We really want to find an EVA 12 helmet, if we can help it. And given that we found everything else for an EVA 12 suit in here, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a helmet on board as well somewhere. I also don't know what this is, but I'm going to grab it, because it might be important. Don't care about jumper cable. Don't really care about mech parts. Don't need a power drill anymore. Completely useless item to us now. Bunch of t-shirts, Holden patches. Don't need those. Here's my other 2 batteries. Show me helmet. Forget the motherboards. You don't need them right now. This is the nav station room. The nav station appears intact. It is intact. We will want to take that with us. That's big money. But we'll come back for it. I want to case the joint first. A terminal is not big money. We do not pog up over terminal. Smart crate has nothing. We can pry this open now with the crowbar. What you got? PDA, food, pressure suit. We don't care. They're not even worth that much money. PDA is not really worth it. We can't hack a PDA. We don't have the skills to. That one's empty. This one has motors. Not the highest priority item. Then we have bins. Trash? No. Trash? No. Drink pouches? No. Screens. We don't actually have a screen, and I probably should grab one. But not right now. Pain relief, anti-nausea, toothbrush, bins, none, none. Where's this hat, man? I want this hat. There's a lot of bins in here. Work safety poster? No. Come on, you piece of junk. Flight manual nav console. Not that expensive. A 6 sneaker? No. 2 6 sneakers? No. Still no. Cool kicks, though. Corner? No. Shirt? No. Smokes? No. Screen? Work safety? Brown duster, gray long sleeve. I mean, it's fun fashion, but I'm broke as fuck right now. I can't afford to take fashion. Bathroom bin. Trash. Alright. We've struck out on what appears to be the bathroom. That is an O2 alarm. That's a door. This door probably needs to go. What do you not have? Oh, I didn't bring my toolbox with me. Yeah, I gotta grab my toolbox, because I guess I can't... Did I not bring... I brought the Weber. What do I need to dismantle a door? Uninstall. Needs structure cutter. Is a Weber not a structure cutter? It is. Just use the Weber, man. Why don't you want to use the Weber? No. All right. You know what? We're going to come back to that. I disagree with your approach. This is a loose bin. This is a loose Weber laser battery charger. They're just sitting on the ground. And then this is the fusion room. What do you have? Twin batteries. Triple batteries, actually. You have a capacitor, an MHD generator, a pellet feeder. Okay, the fusion reactor appears to be gone because it would sit here. This looks like everything for a fusion reactor except the fusion reactor itself. We are probably still going to take all of those components. We're probably still going to rip it all out. The CO2 alarm. A bunch more bins. Kind of surprised my CO2 alarm hasn't gone off yet. But if it's not going to tell me, I'm not going to tell it. Bunch of racks. Wow. I think we actually want some of this stuff. Scrap carbon fiber we don't have. Scrap aluminum we don't have. I should grab more of that. We have pouches. 20 small mech parts and 11 small mech parts. We'll never have to pick up small mech parts ever again. These cans. 76, that's good. 35, that's not. 90, that's good. 49, that's not. Let's uninstall you, and then we'll head back to the ship, because I feel like my CO2 alarm is going to go off any day now. Unless somehow this Bingham suit is working without a carbon filter in it, but I'd be really surprised. Pick up. All it over here. And then I guess grab the toolbox. We should just be able to use the Weber for it, but I don't know why he doesn't want to. There's so much on this ship to rip out still. I was going to end stream at 1 a.m., but I'm probably going to be on this thing. We haven't even touched the cargo pods. And the cargo pods are the big money on this thing. They're worth more than anything else. We're definitely going to miss our shift, so we're going to have a late payment, but the late payment is going to be nothing compared to how much money we're about to make. Drop you. Cycle your O2. Put down all of the stuff that you don't need. We're also going to have to clean this ship out when we get back home. There is crap everywhere on board right now. Drop, drop. Drop your shoes. You don't need them with the EVA suit on. Drop your stacks of mech parts. Drop your extra... Oh, no, wait. That's your battery compartment. Don't drop that. And then take your Weber. Put it in here. Grab your toolbox. Put that here. Then at least you can use this hacksaw, which I think is probably what you wanted to use to dismantle that door. Cycle your O2 one more time. Let's get back in. That's the nav room. We don't need that. We want this turn. There was a door here? Yeah, it's this one. Uninstall this. I don't know what's behind this. I see bins. I see motors, motherboards. But we'll go take a look. I also want this bin. I want to install that on my ship if I can find time. I want that battery charger. Still so much to grab. Oh, wow, it's all bins. It's oh, it's a second bathroom. Inventory? Nothing. Inventory. Nothing. Trash. Knuckle duster. You know what? Sure. Is it going to allow us to kill a pirate with a gun? No, probably not. But a lot of PDAs in here too. It's too bad we can't hack them. Trash. Another duster, another PDA. And then all of this stuff, I think I'm gonna want. Motherboards, motors, and then after this, I don't think I need to grab motors ever again. We'll have more than enough. Take this O2 alarm. Because it's like the world's it's the world's fastest uninstall. Really costs you no time at all to do it. And then grab this battery charger. Haul that back on board. And then drop you. Cycle. Drop stuff you don't need. I think now we take the reactor apart. So we've cased the whole ship. There is unfortunately not a helmet, but we can buy one. It's not ideal, but we can buy one. Let's go ahead and uninstall this MHD. It is completely broken, but we can repair it with all of our small electronic parts we have. We might want to grab a couple more just in case. We may also want to grab all 3 of these batteries. Like, batteries are decent money. This thing is going to take a little while. This capacitor is about broken. The pellet feeder's about broken. All of this stuff is really banged up. This is not a fusion reactor that's in great shape. Core pump's totally broken. Cryo pump is like half damage. And then, oh, there's a second pellet feeder that's completely broken. Okay. Well, I need these. So let's take that. There's 2 more up here. Give me those 2. These are going to be the electric parts that we use to fix all of this stuff up. Drop it. Cycle here. Oh, 2. Then head back to the fusion room. Uninstall this capacitor. So just for the sake of time, if I was playing alone, I would grab all 3 of these batteries. I would grab a couple of the thrusters. I would grab everything in the fusion room, and I would maybe take home like a couple bins. Because I would like to get back to K-Leg and sell and like square mortgage stuff away, I think I am only going to dismantle the fusion room and the pods. And then we're going to go. And I say that, but even that is going to be a journey, an adventure. Capacitor's done. Pick it up. It also, like, nobody wants to buy the batteries right now. We'll be able to sell them to the license terminal, but people just hate the batteries. If they hate the batteries, I'm not going to disagree. Drop it. Cycle atmosphere. Head back in. I don't know where the hell I'm going, but it's probably around here somewhere. Take this pellet feeder apart. It's actually got twin laser arrays. Huh. And they're both kind of beat up. They're both in pretty rough shape. Twin? What's up, Senna? How you doing? I think we're chilling. I don't know how my EVA suit works. Because I don't have anything to scrub CO2 right now. And I feel like we're spending way more time outside the ship than, like, I should. Played your first ever soccer game tonight? In real life? Or in a video game? Woefully out of shape in real life? Let's go. That sounds fun. I've been trying to get back into running, but it's just so cold out here these days that it's really hard to motivate myself to go out and go for like a 2-mile run when it's -4 Celsius. Should get back to it though. I will channel your spirit tomorrow if the weather's good, and I will attempt to do it. But I make no promises about whether I'll succeed. It is Thursday tomorrow, which is like my day off from life. Yeah, it's been bad out here on the East Coast. It's been a really nasty winter. But nevertheless, you frick with Ostranauts at all? It's Zomboid adjacent, so you may end up liking it. But it's also very early access still. So a lot of the core systems that they have in place are there's some things that are like a little thin mechanics wise. It's really neat though. Oh, I mentioned it last time we were in stream. I forget things I talk about, unfortunately. We are in the middle of tearing down just an extraordinarily expensive ship that we've managed to locate. We found a fully functional EVA suit on board. We patched it up in our ship, and now we're wearing it ourselves. It may not look airtight, but I assure you it is. We found a fusion reactor. We dismantled that and we put it in our ship. We found all of the periphery for a fusion reactor, just not a fusion reactor. We're in the process of dismantling that and putting it in our ship. And then we also found a bunch of guys who got poisoned by a pirate. And we left because they had a gun. And I was like, I'm not dealing with that today. I'm not paid enough for this. I'm not paid at all. I only make money when I go and sell stuff. No, no, no. Do not take the suit off. Take the helmet off. Cycle your atmosphere. Put it back on. The only thing that gives me pause about like you're not getting the CO2 alarm, why not just stay out forever? I don't know if the CO2 alarm needs the pressure suit to work, or if the CO2 alarm can actually read off of the EVA suit. Because I worry that like if it reads off of a pressure suit only and CO2 is building up in the EVA suit, the alarm just isn't triggering, and then like eventually I'll just suffocate. And I don't want that to happen. Also, my mortgage is due, but honestly, my lender can get bent. I'm busy making more money than he's ever seen in his life. I'm gonna show up and pay it late. I'm like, it does not matter. Late penalties applied. Oh, oh, so sad. I'm gonna have to pay an extra to $372. That's like how much a broken core pump is worth. Calm down about it. You'll be fine. Great view. We have 1, 2, 3 more things to take care of for the fusion reactor. Then we need to rip off these 8 cargo pods, and then we can leave, and then we can get back to K-Lag. I'll sell it all, and then we'll end stream. That will be in approximately 40 minutes, if I had to guess. Which is a shame, because I wanted to have a snack after raid tonight, but I should not have a snack at 2 a.m. Although, if I go for a run tomorrow, I would kind of like burn those. No, you should not have a... This is like... Eating late is like the worst thing you could do to yourself. I shouldn't. I'm just going to have to accept the fact that instead of having a nectarine and some delicious smoked Gruyere cheese after raid tonight, I moved video game pixels to a separate location and then received like electrons for it. You can think of worse? No, no, no. That's not possible. Eating late is like 10 times worse for your body than like LSD or heroin, maybe. If the only thing you're concerned about is like weight loss and sleeping well. Because if you take LSD, you're not sleeping. And if you take heroin, you don't weigh very much. I'm kidding. Drugs are bad. You should not do them. No, 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 don't uninstall conduit. You don't need that. Uninstall pellet feeder. Also, wasn't one of these N2 cans also good? Nah, I'm not gonna touch it. You don't need the N2 can, man. It's not worth it. That N2 can is going to be like $400. There's so much more valuable stuff in this ship, like per hour, that you need to be thinking about right now. Hmm. Oh, the other craziest thing that we found, just for the recap, you start the game as an unlicensed illegal salvager, and you have to spend $5,000 on a permit that works for 24 hours. Without the permit, you're subject to police ship scans. You can't use the good vendors back at port. All kinds of nasty stuff. The third ship that we visited, we found an unexpired salvage pass in a garbage can. So, well, normally we'd have to worry about like staying on the run from the feds and not being in one place for too long so that they can't catch on to us. Because we found that thing, I'm literally shipping this trip to studs. Or I would if I wanted to be here for like the next 5 hours. Because we can do it for free. We found money on the ground. This laser array is the last major component of the interior of this ship that needs to come out. After this, we're going to start working on exterior, these 8 cargo pods, and then we'll be done. We will chart a course back for home. See if we can find somebody to talk to about that guy who got poisoned to death. Pay our late fee on our mortgage. Probably prepay a pretty significant chunk of our mortgage too. Pick you up. Haul you away. There are like 6 layers of garbage in our ship right now, in terms of the amount of stuff that we've just crammed into it. All right, but that is the fusion reactor done. So now we can take care of these cargo pods. And I think how this is going to have to work is I'm going to have to take this wall out so that I can actually get out into space and drag them back inside. Because I haven't seen anywhere else that this ship actually is losing wall-based structural integrity. I've seen a couple places where it's missing like a floor, but not a lot of places where it's missing a wall. So I'm not actually sure how I get into the exterior unless I just take it apart myself. Which is what we'll do now. Punch that hole in the wall, do the same thing here. Uninstall that. I think we said we were good on electrical parts, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we've got a stack of 10, we're good. And then we can pop out here and we can go pick up and drag it back inside. It looks like it shouldn't fit, but it does. Drop you. Fix your atmosphere, head back up. Now we do this one. And sometimes interesting goodies pop out of these things too. We'll see. I think this one spit out a couple of electrical parts. Not sure if this one's spat out anything. That one may have been empty. Haul you in here. These are all in really good shape too. Like that's almost a pristine condition cargo pod. As is that one. These are big, big money. Probably the most valuable thing that you could grab outside of like the really high-end RCS thrusters. Oh, also I wanted to grab that nav station in here too, because that's going to be like 5K. I should grab that as well. I forgot it was in here. Pick you up. Drag you over here. Take your helmet off. Then we'll go on its. Oh, you know what? There's an exit right there. Also, there's an antenna. Antennas aren't worth that much. Cooler. Cooler's almost busted. Not that important. Because your salvage pass expires every 24 hours, you're kind of worried about like your profit. Pick you up. I do think these are all empty though, which is fine. I don't need them to be full to make a profit. Drop you. Let's go get that nav station, and then we'll be the other side of the ship, and then we are ready to depart. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But even if I am, we could come back to this if we needed to. I think I've taken like 90% of the things out of it that are valuable, so it shouldn't be a big issue though. Yeah, this thing takes a ton of time to uninstall. $10 of real time, probably. Good thing we can fast forward. But also, we're grinding skills on it. I forget what nav stations use exactly. Maybe robotics. So we're leveling up our robotics as we toil at extracting this thing from the derelict that it's currently housed in. Good. Pick you up. Haul you away. It's a little busted, but it's alright. And then, I think we're going to have to knock out some walls on the other side of the ship as well. I don't remember if anything over there was breached. We'll go take a peek. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's open to space right now. So, uninstall you. It's batteries. I really wish I could take those batteries with me. Because I think they sell for a lot once we unlock the actual terminal. But I think we just got to get out of here. It's not like a cutting your losses kind of thing. More that like this ship is just getting stale. Uninstall this wall. I'm also going to stay out until I see that CO2 alarm go off, or until I start to look symptomatic of hypoxia, which it'll give you warnings. It'll be like you start to feel lightheaded, and you're like, oh. But it really doesn't. Something is purging CO2 from my suit. I don't know what it is, or if it's like a bug, but CO2 is being purged out of this suit somehow. Drop you. Exchange helmet. 3 cargo pods to go. I know it's probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but the payoff is going to be worth it. IMO. Uninstall you. CO2 alarm. Decent money. Not amazing money, though. I checked these bins already. These CO2 cans are not going to be worth anything. CO2 is very cheap. You're mostly paying for the can at that point. Pick up this cargo pod. These look much worse for... Well, that one looks much worse for bear. The other ones actually look like they're in pretty good shape. There's one of them that's banged up, but the other ones look okay. Get that bad boy on board. No, not control panel. Just drop it. And I cancel task. Cycle Hero 2. Check your battery. Your battery's... Uh-oh. We can actually only be out here for another 2 hours. So, you know what? We may not actually have time to throw O2 at. O2's a 90. Yeah, it's always the battery. But I started thinking lonesome thoughts because I'm yearning for intimacy. You need to chill out, man. You're about to make $100,000. You can buy some intimacy when you're done. But we actually only have 2 more hours of power out here. Why are you stuck? Why are you confused about where to go? There we go. So we actually need to get going here relatively soon anyway. Unable to... What do you mean unable to comply? Cancel task? Uninstall. There you go. I don't know what that was about, but we got there. It's a broken intake. Racks, yeah. I think we're basically done with this place after this. Lonesome thoughts? Oh, it's also The Sims. No, it's also The Sims. So like if I right click on my character, you need to manage all this shit. So like you have a sense of achievement, you have a sense of meaning, you have a sense of autonomy, altruism, contact, respect, intimacy, family, privacy, self-worth. If you let your mood degrade, you become the worse at doing things. So you kind of have to do a little bit of looking after your own mental well-being. And because I have been by myself in a spacesuit, salvaging derelict ships for 5 hours straight, I'm starting to be like, man, it would be nice to talk to another human. It's involved. It would be nicer if it had more of an influence rather than just like, oh, you are yearning intimacy, you are slightly worse at things. But again, this is a game that is in like version 0.1 right now. It's very, very early access. It'll get there eventually. Bullying, this is the problem. You don't have to tell me, man. Like, so many people see the stuff that Quaggan writes in my chat, and they're like, man, I hate that person. I have, at times... Nah, I won't even say it. I'm not even going to joke about it. I've at times thought about timing her out for 10 seconds, which would also clear all of her chat history, and then apologizing, but like secretly, I wasn't actually that sad about it. I said I'm doing PAX West this year. I am going to endeavor to do PAX West. There are many things in my schedule that I can control, but there are a handful of things in my schedule that I can't. And where I'm at with PAX West is I am attempting to control my attendance to PAX West, but it is possible that things outside of my control might get in the way. Like, for example, if Amanda ends up taking this job in Copenhagen or Switzerland and we have to like be living in Copenhagen, you will probably not see me in PAX. But outside of that, yeah, I would very much like to come. Because I've also got some friends in California who I've been meaning to visit for some time, some friends from high school. So I was thinking I could do like fly to California, hang out with them for a couple days, fly up to PAX, hang out there for a couple days, and then there's like one other thing I wanted to do in Washington while I was there. Maybe it was Vancouver. There was something else I wanted to do while I was out there. So I was like, we should just make like a 2 week trip out of that whole thing. You'll come visit Denmark. So here's the thing. You're familiar with Alun. I've been talking with Alun about our potential moving stuff because she's rather worldly. And if we do end up making this Denmark thing happen, we were thinking that it would be fun to do a holiday house exchange where Ilun and her partner come up to Copenhagen. We hang out for a couple days, and then we hand her the key to our place, and we're like, all right, have fun. And then she hands us the key to her place, and then we fly to Sydney. And then we swap for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something like that. Because Amanda and I love Australia, and I guess Ilun really likes Denmark. So I was thinking that would be fun, and it saves on hotels for both of us because we're just staying in each other's places. Like, if it works out, and this is still very much like pipe dream pie in the sky, there's a lot of stuff that we haven't actually planned out yet, but if that works, it'd be super fun. Also, we got to get back home because we are about to run out of battery on this bad boy. So, requesting clearance to undock from this derelict. Release the clamps. Pull back to about 20. Head back to nav controls. We would like to set our target for... Oh god, K-Leg is on the other side of that asteroid right now. That's going to be so annoying. And we have the RCS for it, I guess. So, switch my bearing to 0. 0 bearing, I think, is going to be fine. But then, give me, like, relative velocity left and right. Take me out to, like, 60? And then, does this get me clear? Almost. Whatever, just send it. Take me up to 400. Crank me to max. Kill myself with G-forces. Wait until we're on the verge of blacking out, and then with like the last bit of... Oh god, we're heavy. Look at our relative velocity climbs so slow. Soon you have to depart for mandatory 90-day fiancé stream. That sounds fun. Have a good time. What's up, Ashram? We actually, you're gonna hate to hear this, we weren't talking about you at all. I know that's not ideal, but like literally you can stream up where Quaggan said she's invited somebody else to the stream. It's the first time you've been mentioned tonight. Also, we're doing 540. Let's turn down our thruster a bit. We're going to arrive in 2 minutes 30. Because our approach to K-Leg is going to be a little complicated, I'm actually just going to stay at the nav console for that. Have I added him as a friend? I think so. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I might not have. I think I might have. Are we going to clip Ganymede? That's the current question that I have. We'll find out. Our point of reference is going to switch to Ganymede here very shortly. We might need to thrust away from it a little bit, which is fine. Like, we burn a little nitrogen, we'll live. It's okay. You're forgetful. You're forgetful too. You still love me. Unfortunately, I got raided by somebody much larger than you, though. So, what's up, Pitinsky? It's okay. I love you too, Ashram. I'll make sure that I'm friends with you next time I log on. Pitinsky, do you frick with Ostranauts? I know you are much more of a roguelite player than a bunch of other World versus World streamers. Is this something that's within your wheelhouse? Have you touched it? Is Pitinsky gonna go to sleep now? I can't. I'm gonna have to go until like 2 now. It's okay. We have like on you don't understand how much work we have to do when we get back to OKLG. We have an extraordinary amount of work to do to sift through all this crap. We are also not going to hit Ganymede, so that's great news. I love that for me. We're going to come within 3 kilometers of it, but... So I think what I need to do at this point is I need to kill... like all of... No, not yet. I need to wait. I think I need to burn my VCRS down to like 200 right now. Or maybe my VREL? I think I need to burn my VREL down to like 200. You haven't seen it, but you play a lot of random stuff. I think you'd like it. Because you're a Dwarf Fortress gamer, you're like a Project Zomboid adjacent gamer. I don't actually remember if you've played Zomboid on stream, but it's close. The conceit is it's like hardcore roguelike. Very crunchy features, easy to kill yourself accidentally by like turning one of your atmosphere pumps on the wrong way or something like that. We're gonna overshoot Calyx so badly. I need to take VREL to 0 here. Well, no, maybe I just changed my bearing. You're a shipbreaker, and you fly around in the world's like shittiest ship that anyone's ever seen. No, we need to do this. I need to take my VCRS needs to go to 0. You fly around in the world's worst ship, evading police until you become a licensed salvager, and you scrap them down for parts to make money. Is the gist of it. And as you can see, it has a very visually impressive, but actually really easy to understand IMO nav console system. So like we're trying to line up our approach with our main. No. This is a minor part of the game. I'll show you. I just need to get my bearings straight so that I can actually dock at this station. So we were salvaging 3 ships out here. These collection of 3 here. To make it back to our home port, which is OKLG, we'd have to have flown through an asteroid. So we had to do this weird maneuver where we loop around up top, and then we like burn retrograde to get back to it. I'll do this. 2 minutes, 1946. I need to hop back on the nav console at 1947:30. Otherwise, leave it. This is the main UI. And our ship is a complete disaster area right now because we stripped like 3 derelicts. But there's a whole bunch of shit on the ground. Stuff that we have removed unceremoniously from derelicts floating in space. You have a character UI. You have individual backpacks. I have management. Like I have this toolbox. Toolbox has my tools in it. I've got a backpack I'm carrying around. This is my EVA suit. It looks like a piece of shit because it is, but I can fix it. And then I need to make sure I don't crash into this damn station. So, readjust our relative velocity of this thing. Take me down to like 0. Fix my bearing to be at like 360. I want to be dead onto the station now. And then take my velocity up like 200. So we're 10 kilometers away. Once we're at 5, we can request docking permission from the station. And then we'll also reduce VREL to like 150. I'm going to reduce VREL to 150 now. I see that ETA creeping down. Request docking perms, local channel, talk to OKLG. I'd like to dock, please. I don't mean to rush you, but I'm going very quickly towards your station right now. Thank you for the docking perms. And then we'll line these up, take my VRAIL down to like 100. Take my VRAIL down to like 50. We're still going real fast. Let's slow down a little bit. All right. Take VRAIL down to like 20. We're just slowly approaching the station. There's like a little docking mini game that you have to do where you have to line these clamps up. You have your ETA here, your range. This is your clamps button for when you're close enough. You smash into this thing too hard, you're going to damage your ship, possibly hurt yourself, but we are good to go on that approach. And then now that we're docked, we can close out of our nav console, and we actually have a station to explore. So this is more like the other half of the game. You're out in space, you're harvesting items, you come back, you sell items. So, for example, we'll like grab this cooler, which we ripped off of a derelict. We'll haul it over here to our licensees only kiosk because we are an officially licensed salvager right now. Don't ask where we found the license. And then if we sell it, we have cooler, it's off, it's loose, it's used, it's worth 2,400 bucks. Beautiful. Sell it. So now we can take our money, and we can't pay off our loan yet. We're still like $2,000 in the hole. So the other thing you can do is I actually have the whole ship right now set up as a selling zone. And I can also just go to this console, and I can say trade. And if I sell, I can open up my sale zone dropdown. This is all the stuff on my ship. So I can sell all of this crap. Like this cryo distribution pump, it's worn. I can actually repair it to get it a little nicer. This fusion core, on the other hand, is brand new. So I will be selling all of those. That's 17K. That laser array is trashed. I can fix that. These I can sell to a separate vendor. Let's see. Used, worn. A bunch of this I need to repair. The O2 canister can go. That's probably not worth repairing. All of these N2 canisters can also probably go. I don't think that's worth repairing. So we'll take that. That's 20K. We can pay off all of our debts now. We missed our last rent payment, so we got dinged a little bit for it, but it's not that bad. And then if we come over here, we ripped a bunch of cargo pods off that old ship. So if we pop into sales zone here, they are all here. We have 7 and 1. That's another $86,000. We are now very wealthy. It's extremely wealthy. Beautiful stuff. And because we've made all this money, we can now wander back onto the ship, and we can take as much time as we want to fix all of this shit, to rebuild all the stuff that's actually broken. We can actually repair our EVA suit now so it doesn't look like a piece of garbage. We can take care of all of these random maintenance tasks that pile up as we're salvaging our butt off to make as much money as possible inside of our license window. And this is the part of the game that is really not that interesting to watch, because you just fast forward time until you're done with a repair task, and then you fast forward time again, and then you fast forward time again. So this is the part that I'm probably going to do off stream, but that's, that's like the core gameplay mechanic, the core loop of Ostranauts. So does our EVA suit look any better? It does. You can see that like some of the creases are starting to get closed up. This isn't completely smashed open now. So as you work on this stuff, it also starts to look nicer, and it also starts to function better. You have to go have fun. One day he'll raid you so you love me. Do you stream? Because I could also just raid you. But yeah, have a good night. Have fun watching 90 Day. And then the last thing I want to do before I end stream is we are going to take a look at the ship selling mechanics, which I think is... Oh god, where is it? It's around here somewhere. Is it a kiosk? It might be a kiosk. It also might be in commercial. No, it's this kiosk. Access shipbroker. So you're not just stuck on the ship that you get at the start of the game. You can buy any derelict that you have found. So these are all of the derelicts we have explored in, well, these are all of the derelicts that are currently out there. But this ship we explored, this was the gas tug that we had to leave very briefly. It's got a bunch of space though. You can buy it for 421,000. The giant freighter that we found the pirate on, we could buy for 1.3 million. This courier that we found, which I think was our first fusion reactor that we got, is 1.2 million. And the last ship that we finished up on, the one that had 8 cargo pods on it, and like most of the fusion reactor components, but not a fusion reactor, is worth a cool 3 million. We can also buy used ships if we want to. Any of these that look good, we could pick up. Like this thing's a passenger shuttle. We got a salvage tug. It's actually a pretty nice looking salvage tug. It's got a lot of space. There's this gas tug. It has a bunch of canisters. We could buy a freighter, a courier, all kinds of different ships we could buy in here. And then we can also sell our ship. Our ship right now is worth 309,000. Unfortunately, our mortgage is 800,000. So we probably don't want to do that. I don't think that would work out for us economically. But yeah, that's Ostranauts. So if this is interesting to you and you are watching on Twitch, I will definitely be playing this for probably like another 2 or 3 streams just to sink our teeth into some of the other mechanics. If you're watching this on the VODs channel, !VODs, by the way, you should leave a comment and tell me if you want to see more Ostranauts, because I would very happily play this more on stream or even off stream to forward through some of the parts that are a little tedious. I also have a Discord if you would like to know when I'm going to be going live in the future, and I have a YouTube channel if you are interested in World vs. World specific videos about upcoming patch changes, my thoughts on the game mode, interviews with other players, and build guides. That is where I'm going to be done with stream tonight, though. Apologies to all Podinsky Raiders. I'm going to go find you somebody else to go hang out with, though, because I did catch 2 raids back to back, and I would feel bad if I didn't pass you on to somebody else interesting. So let's... Oh, you know what? Awesomeness is playing. We're going to go raid Awesomeness. Do we do that a lot? Yeah. Oh, he's playing WoW, too? That's great. Yeah, let's go watch a... Let's go watch Awesomeness play World of Warcraft. / raid Awesomeness. And I'll see you guys on Friday. But till then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. You know, all the usual pleasantries and nicenesses. And I'll see you around next time. Take care.